Monster Hunter has had a massive assortment of various monsters, and many of them have remained mainstays across the history of the series, while some have been handpicked for various spaced entries. There is one monster, however, a fan favourite for many, that was kept out of Generation 5 due to it breaking the game, and that monster is Lagiacrus. This monster was first introduced in Monster Hunter Tri and was the flagship of this title. Quickly it became a fan favourite, and it returned in the G Expansion 3 Ultimate as well as Generations. There were plans for Lagiacrus to be implemented into Monster Hunter World early in its development, and it was fully modelled to be put in the game, going as far as being shown off in a scripted segment in a Monster Hunter World demo. Unfortunately, due to its skeleton and surrounding interactions, specifically its neck movements, Lagiacrus was cut from the game as they were unable to make the monster function as intended and how it did in prior entries bug-free. This was a letdown for many players and led to many wishing for it to return in the follow-up Generation 5 game, Monster Hunter Rise. Once again, fans were let down only for the cycle to repeat itself for Sunbreak, where finally developers were able to once again to clarify why this fan favourite monster was kept out of Rise entirely. The reason for this cut yet again was due to its moveset and movement as a whole. As stated by Ryozo Sugimoto, Lagiacrus is a very technological, difficult monster to implement. It's very snake-like, its parts are all kind of touching the ground at different moments. Map designs in recent Monster Hunters have been very focused on diversifying the terrain with many inclines and drops, which makes it very difficult to implement monsters that move like Lagiacrus does. While we do have other Leviathans in Rise, there are certain moves that are special to Lagiacrus that make it hard to implement in comparison to monsters like Mizutsune and Almudron. I feel like this is definitely one of the monsters that the next Monster Hunter will strive to have return, as Capcom is clearly aware of how many fans want it to return, and I hope they do have a few maps that try to allow Lagiacrus to work, don't have too many inclines and drops, just so we have a nice handful of maps this monster can appear. Of course, the arena is always going to be an easy go-to map for it to come up, so hopefully they are able to get Lagiacrus working bug-free in the next Monster Hunter. Whether or not that involves like any game engine changes or not, it would be really cool to see this monster return. There are other monsters similar to Lagiacrus like Najarola, which I'm sure a lot of people probably do like and want it to return, but I think this probably falls under the same category, as this is another monster that does have a lot of body parts touching the floor at one given time. Let me know down below if you guys are gutted to hear that Lagiacrus will not be showing its slithery hide in Generation 5 altogether, and drop a like as always if you did enjoy it. It's extremely appreciated and does help out the channel a ton. Don't forget to join our Discord, links at the top of the description. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.